Happy Sunday, y'all.
Happy Sunday to ya. It's us,
You know, he
Tash.
made that song for MLK and black people. Somebody said this. They was
Yeah.
like, black people took it. It was like, nah, this for us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Welcome to another episode of the Soulful Stir. My name is Diamond Simone.
And I'm Tash.
Can you believe this is episode 11?
Yeah, I just don't believe it. I wrote it down earlier when I was working on show notes, but can't believe it's really a thing. Like, this is 11 weeks of us. I hope you guys have been enjoying.
Yeah, I hope so too. Because if not,
I do know for sure. I know about, a handful of people that listen regularly, which is crazy because I'm going to be honest with you and with the people. I never check our analytics. I only check them on YouTube, which is weird because I know that majority of our listeners listen on other platforms because from what I have looked at in the past, when I did look at them, Apple and Spotify, I think, are the biggest platforms with the most listens. But I just only check the YouTube analytics. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm fully aware of like what their requirements are for certain things. So I'm always like kind of checking to see if we've met the mark for certain things. So I look at that all the time, but I never ever pay attention to the rest of the analytics, and maybe I should.
yeah, I feel like we probably should get into that. Because I also don't look at the analytics, but I don't look at like analytics in general.
Me either.
Like even on my personal page.
Well, I was gonna say I don't really care because I know people listening, and I know people are listening, and they're listening on a regular basis because I continuously get messages about it. Like I get people asking me, which is why if you guys haven't already, make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok. If you listen to our last episode, or I think the episode before that, during our mind body balance segment, we did talk about some self-care that we both kind of like swear by. And I've had a few people reach out to me, ask me like, what is that African net sponge? What is this? So I did, y'all know Auntie a little old and I don't really do the TikTok thing or content because I just be living my life. But I took the time out in my sexy robe, y'all, and I recorded a video after I got out the shower the other day to provide some clarity. So make sure y'all go look at the reel. Make sure y'all look at it on TikTok. Share it. Leave some comments. Engage. All that good stuff. If you need links to the products, just hit us up. We'll give you those too. But don't make me mad and make me regret making this content. I need y'all to go look at it and engage and all that good stuff. Okay?
Yes, please. We really appreciate it. I second everything what you just everything.
Because I be tired. Like I really had to say, like I literally was going to get in the shower, and it was like, you know what, girl? No, you need to record that. And I was like, record it? I'm about to get in the tub. And then I was like, nah, because y'all talked about this. You need to give some visual representation.
It's gonna be a learning curve for us, and I hope that we can look back on this and laugh or smile because we are such in the moment people that we're not thinking that everything is content. We just are living our lives like it's golden.
And because we are in the process of not only developing a podcast, we're also in the process of developing community. So we really want y'all along for the ride. Like if y'all know what to do and y'all got some ideas, hit me up. I may or may not use them, but I'm here to listen to them. Let us know what we can do. Give us some tips, on how we can integrate some content. Tell us some content you want to see. Like if y'all want to, I can really record. I have the ability and the flexibility in my lifestyle to record and vlog a lot of stuff that I do. I will be honest, and I cannot record and vlog things that I do regarding work only because, I work in the government sector and this is private. This is, other stuff going on. But I can definitely like talk to y'all about work and, record my comings and goings to work and things of that nature. So it's like if y'all want to know more about who we are as people, off of these mics and outside of the podcast, let us know so we can kind of let you in in the levels and on the levels that we feel comfortable with, just because we do want to engage with you all as well. Once again, this is community, so show us, tag us in some of y'all stuff too. If you've heard us talk about some stuff on the pod and you go and try one of the places we talked about, or visited one of the things, or bought something that we discussed, tag us. Let people know where you're getting this from and who you're talking to and who you're listening to, so they can benefit as well, because hey, we're all here to help one another.
Yes, we definitely are. And we're playing a long game. Here just really focusing on the development of community, like you said, and I'm looking forward to enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't be looking forward to recording everything is content.
No, I don't at all.
Because again, like, I should have recorded myself in my garden and like expanding it and all of that stuff, the back and forth runs to the store. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was just in the moment and enjoying the sun. So maybe next time. But I do want to jump in to tell me something good. And I'm just going to report my good news first, since I'm already here. Now that I am wrapping up my final classes for grad school, I am picking up traction with my doula work. So it's another plug. Follow me at Art of Doula on Instagram if you are looking for doula services, or if you just want some information about what doulas do. I'm going to start posting more content on there as well, because I've been slacking quite a bit, but I've needed to just shift gears to focus on school and everyday work and everything else that I'm working on behind the scenes. So now that one project is easing up, I'm switching gears and actually gaining more traction with my doula work, which I've had the pleasure of serving many families at this point. I've been a doula since 2020, but now opportunities are starting to showcase themselves in a different way. So I've been working with an organization that sends birthing kits all over the world. I've been working with a few hospitals in collaboration with them and their med students to package and ship these kits all over the world, which I'm really excited about. I'll share more info about that organization at a later date. But tomorrow I am doing a vendor event. It is a community-based event put on by Dr. Dominique Murdoch. Shout out to Dr. Murdoch. She's amazing. And I'm looking forward to meeting some new people and collaborating with them, but also sharing more about what I do as a doula, as a reproductive justice advocate and community organizer, a multi-hyphenate creative, all of the things, etc., etc. So that's been on my radar, and I'm really excited about it. And then I'm also continuing my education, still in my fellowship, and I am getting ready to do some continued education for my doula work. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a breath of fresh air for the spring renewal season. What's your good news, Tash?
Nothing really. I don't get too excited about much. Cause it ain't. It's nothing really to share. Like, I'm literally just living every day. Just living. I don't know. I will say though that I have had a breakthrough in my communication with my father on this week. So shout out to my therapist for that, because I already knew the answer, but I had to walk through it kind of with her. I'm that kind of person. Like, I don't really seek counsel a lot from those around me. I tend to already know the answers. I just usually need a sounding board to kind of like talk it out. And once I talk it out, it like sounds good. And then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then I'll just do whatever I had already intended on. So I kind of had something in my mind that I thought made sense in order to implement, assisting him with the things he needed assistance with, but still being able to hold my boundaries. And when I kept telling her, like, I'm confused, I don't know what to do, she was like, you know what to do. And literally in the last 5 minutes of our conversation, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna say this. And when I called him, as soon as we got off the phone, I said those things, he was like, okay, I agree, you right, I got it, whatever you want to do. And I was like, all right, cool. So, I think I will say that is something that has taken a load off of me in this current space that I'm in, because I'm trying to get my father into a better place of healing. He does suffer with mental illness. He suffers with addiction. And so I'm trying to like work with him on some things, but he's also older, like, you know, and I think I tend to fail to realize that, like, bruh man kind of old, you know what I'm saying? He getting old, and so his health is just not in the best of situations. So like I'm trying to get him into a better place, and I think we're finally on the same page, because we haven't been for such a long time. And I think that that's one of the things that has been kind of bothering me lately, is because his health has like been rapidly declining, and because he's in another state, I'm not able to put eyes on him. I'm not able to kind of like watch what's going on. And it's been bothering me to like get calls from him saying like, oh, I passed out, I had to get rushed to the hospital, like things of that nature. And so now I pretty much set him down and was like, hey, bro, this is what it's going to be. And he just said, yeah. Like, my dad is good about that. He will kind of acquiesce to whatever my demands are, because he knows that I'm coming from a genuine place when it comes to him. So I will say that that has taken a load off of me, that I finally have some kind of resolution. It's not a 100% resolved situation, but I do have a plan of action going forward of something that we can work towards to get him where he needs to be. So that's probably my win for the week.
Oh, that's a really big win, and I'm very happy to hear that you've come to some common ground with your dad. I was just trying to figure out like whether I wanted to share this or not, because I don't want to make it like I don't want to overshadow anything that you've said. But I mean, you know my placement of like you don't know what I'm about to say, but you know my heart is always in a good place. But it's just you expressing these things. First of all, why you ain't tell me this?
Because I don't talk. I mean, you know, I don't talk to nobody about nothing. Like, I was just about to my mama don't even know. Like, I had to call her the other day. I was like, girl, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z with your baby daddy. She like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. She like, oh, okay. My siblings don't even know. Like, I don't, my dad's siblings don't know. Me and my dad have this thing. And I'm like that with all of my stuff too. But when it comes to me and my dad, like, we literally have this thing that even outside of my siblings, outside of his siblings, outside of everybody, we have this like me and you kind of bond. Like, whatever we talk about, if we don't say it's okay to talk to other people about it, we don't. And I'm not saying that that wasn't something that we couldn't talk about. It just wasn't, in my mind, something that was really worthy of talking about. It was just because I've been dealing with this my whole life. It just seems like, okay, this is just a regular Tuesday for me. Like, it's just, okay, I've been taking care of my dad since I've been able to take care of myself. So with that being said, it's just regular. Like, this is just regular stuff that, you know, it ain't a big deal. And then I think because I have so many high expectations of myself and people around me, like the average stuff that, back to your point earlier, was like, you don't never had nothing. I'm like, well, because to me, it ain't nothing major. It's like, oh, this is what I should be doing anyway. And I'm one of those people that always be like, well, I don't applaud for a fish for swimming. Like, when people like, well, I did this to my kids. Yeah, you supposed to. You're a parent. Like, I'm not giving you no credit for the basics. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? And
I don't applaud a fish for swimming. That's some old people shit to say.
And the way I was raised is, you know, you grow up, and when you get to a certain level in life, you help take care of your parents. So I don't carry that like a badge of honor, like, oh, look what I've been doing. I've been taking care of my parents. Like, that's between me and God. Like, you know what I'm saying? God know what I'm supposed to do. I try to honor my parents in every way possible. They know it. I know it. I don't have to scream it to the rooftops. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't feel like I have to, because I feel like that's my duty. As much as my parents, as much as I can fault my dad for doing a lot of wrong things in my life, my dad, I can call him right now and say, I need you to get on the plane, go straight to the airport. I got you a ticket. I need you to come here and handle this for me. He's never going to question me. He's going to say, I can make it to the airport in this amount of time. Is that okay with you? Like I said, when I called him the other day and was like, this what we doing? Okay, great. That's what you want me to do. That's what I'm willing to do. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't really, I don't think it's nothing major, because they gave a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? They put me in a position where I could fulfill my dreams and get in the career that I've always wished. Like, you know, whether my daddy was there or not, you know what I'm saying, that still played a role in where I went in life. And so because I honor my parents and I know that they did the best that they could do for me, I don't think it's like a big deal. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing something major, taking care of my dad. It's just like, oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, no, I understand that completely. I was really just picking with you and I asked you like why you didn't say nothing, because I know what type of person you are. I know you like really, you're a very private person for the most part. But then also I see that side of things. But the reason why this kind of hits home for me is because I feel like me and my dad were just getting to a good spot where we could have good conversations, and I would call him and talk shit like, guess what happened today? Or just bounce ideas off of him. And I think a lot of that came for me with maturity and being able to assess the full spectrum of things when it came to my upbringing, how I was raised, and what I thought my relationship with my father was supposed to look like in comparison to other people's. I just feel like now, looking back on it, and even before his passing, it's just like, dang, you really just doing the best you can.
Yeah.
And so because he was always willing to try and meet me halfway, I was able to move forward and say, you know what, it's cool. If he forgot to do something or whatever, I just was able to give my dad much more grace than I would have or did growing up, because when you're a kid, really don't understand the full spectrum of parenthood, really. Like, y'all just two people who just living a life and decided to have a kid, and this kid is here and you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you're just trying to figure it out, and that's okay.
Well, that's one of the things I was telling my therapist. I said my relationship with my dad got so much better when I did not hold any kind of expectations. Because I had to realize that my parents were younger parents, and even with my mom, like I think we discussed it on another episode in the past, but like my mom is super supportive. Like she might talk shit and she might be like, girl, that's crazy, but she's gonna be there. Like she's gonna have my back. Like my dad, I remember I was in law school, my dad caught the mega bus 2 states over to come to my apartment to listen to me like practice closing arguments for a trial team, because I was crying to him, telling him that I didn't have nobody listen to my arguments. And my daddy was like, listen, I done been to court enough times. I know what lawyers sound like and what sound good. I'm gonna hop on this bus and I'm gonna come help you. And so I say all of that to say, like, I had to realize that my parents they supported me and they allowed me to grow. And even when I made decisions, good decisions or bad decisions, they supported me. And I had to like realize, and I told my therapist, like, things got better when I didn't have expectations of him, or when I realized that just like he gave me the freedom to pick, my own path and make my own decisions, and he didn't judge me, I have to give him that same grace. And I don't think I was giving it to him, for such a long time, because once again, like you said, I had this expectation of what TV and society told me a parent was supposed to be. Yeah. And my thing was like, hey, dog, for somebody who's very logical and rigid like I am, like I said, I have high expectations of myself and people around me. So I was like, dog, why you not meeting these expectations? Why you not doing this? Why you not doing that? And then I started realizing
it's hard to not have those expectations when, like you said, society, the world around you, even like some of your friends, they have such different life experiences with their fathers. Like I had some friends who were daddy's girls, and I was just like, I want to know what that's like, because I wouldn't consider myself to be a daddy's girl. But anybody that you talk to or that knew my dad, even if I had never met these people, they knew exactly who I was. And they would say, your dad talks about you all the time. I know this, and this about you. And so that told me everything that I needed to know, you know, growing up. Even just with you, saying how supportive your dad is, same thing. Like I'll call my dad and say, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? Or can you meet me here? You know somebody that do X, Y, my dad will call, or he'll pull up, or, come and support me, whatever. So in closing, I am glad that I had that time to really mature and like grow up and realize everything full spectrum. And I'm glad that we were able to make amends, if you will, and have like just a way better relationship. And I was able to relinquish those expectations, because I think it is important. And I'm sure it's somebody right now probably going through the same thing that we went through, because it's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll hear this, there's a light at the end
No, it is. And sometimes you just have to relinquish that. Like I said, it was very hard for me to do because I was just like, I just want you to be this way. And then I had to realize that, if he lets me make those decisions as an adult, I got to let him make those decisions too. I might not like him. He might not like the decisions I make, but he lets me make them in peace. So I just start, hey, dude, live your life and we'll catch up with each other when we catch up with each other.
Yeah, that's the thing too. We all fall short of grace.
Yeah.
So, either way, I do want to move into mind, body, and balance really quick. I was just thinking about something as we're sitting here. I originally didn't have anything, but I just want to say it is beneficial for us to go to the doctor and get our levels checked. If you have a good doctor that runs blood work on you to see where your levels are in terms of whether you have deficiencies or not, that could be critical to your everyday livelihood. And I say this because I was just sitting here thinking there are a lot of us, more specifically, a lot of Black women that have vitamin D deficiencies, and we don't know. We just think that it's a part of our everyday to get up and feel moody, or, some of the symptoms that it can pose is you feeling moody or fatigued, having body aches and pains, bone pain, or joint pain. These types of things could mimic that you have a vitamin D deficiency. And the only way for you to know if you do is for you to get checked out to see. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a deficiency. Some of us are critically low. But the sun is a good way to get vitamin D. And a lot of times, our everyday lives, most of the time, the majority of us are spending it indoors. We don't get outside the way that we used to when we were younger. And so with that, I'm always going to be an advocate for taking care of yourself, making sure that you're getting checked out for one, but also if you need to supplement, it's nothing wrong with taking a nice supplement. Just be sure that you are taking high quality supplements. Don't be taking no bullshit.
Don't be buying that shit from Walmart and leave that one a day Centrum shit alone. Please go get you some real vitamins. Garden of Life, something.
Vitamin D3.
Yes, get you something with. Please read the back of this packaging. For those of you that live a vegan, vegetarian lifestyle, make sure your supplements reflect such. People don't think for whatever reason that they can take all these supplements and they're automatically, because it's a vitamin, it's vegan or vegetarian friendly. A lot of these things are in cellulose caps or gelatin caps and things of that nature. You need to make sure all of your supplements are conducive to your lifestyle and whatever that may be, and things of that nature. Also, before you start implementing supplements, if you are on certain prescription medications from your doctors, please make sure that these supplements don't cause reactions with those things, because by no means are we trying to give medical advice. I tell everybody all the time, I'm a JD, not an MD, but on a serious note, you have to be careful. And that goes along with what Diamond was saying earlier. Go to the doctor. Most of us are getting to be women and gentlemen of a certain age. Your body don't work like it used to. You know what I'm saying? You can't take 15 shots on Friday night and wake up Saturday morning and feel the same. Make sure you know what's going on with you so you're not doing damage or further damage by incorporating things that you've seen people do online that are not conducive to what's going on in your body. You need to know your body first and then build upon that to add supplements and vitamins as necessary. But don't just start taking a whole bunch of stuff and you got stuff going on.
Yeah, no, that's why the whole basis and the foundation of this is make sure that you have a good doctor. And make sure that you have a doctor that comes with great recommendations, that has your best interests at heart, for one. The other thing is ensuring that you are getting checked out and you are communicative with your doctor of all the things that you have going on so they can get to the root of things. And don't be afraid to ask questions about what you don't know, because what we don't know, we just simply don't know. And if you don't ask questions, you ain't gonna never find out. So those are a couple things. And then the other thing, look at the reviews on anything that you're taking. And also, like Tash said, we're not doctors. So make sure that you're running all of this by your doctor before you do anything, to make sure that you are able to consume whatever it is. Somebody said this to me recently. I had coffee with a good friend of mine, and she was saying that, internally, she's older than me. So she was like, internally, I'm aging, and like our bodies, like, externally she looks very, very young. She's like, but internally, it doesn't reflect that for anyone. As we get older, so do our organs. And, even though you can look 25 on the outside, you got to account for the fact that our bodies internally are still aging, and that process doesn't stop. So we have to do all that we can to make sure that we are upholding ourselves in good health.
I don't want to get on my soapbox about that, but people are aging internally, but a lot of it is their lifestyle. We just gonna leave it at that. A lot of people are aging internally, and it's because we doing the most. Like, just as a community, as a generation, we are doing the most.
We're aging internally either way, but what you're saying
we
definitely is speeding up the process. It doesn't help, if you're consuming alcohol frequently, or you have other habits that.
Well, when you think about it, I don't think our parents didn't start seeing their friends develop and die of diseases like cancer and all that stuff until they started getting older. Like, I lost a friend to cancer in high school. Like, we are losing people to illnesses and stuff that our parents and our grandparents are just now starting to lose their friends. Like, I think I've lost more people from my high school, like, that I went to school with, matriculated through high school with, in those 4 years, that my parents have lost from when they went to high school.
Wow.
It's different. It's environmental. It's the things that are happening around us, and it's also the things that we're doing to ourselves that are aging us a little bit faster. But yeah, speaking of which, to kind of transition a little bit into mind-body balance, I'm about to relapse. Like, I really think I'm at a relapse point in my life. And when I say relapse, I really mean that I think I'm about to go back to my trainer. And it's crazy that I even feel that way, because don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my trainer. He gives you the results you need. He puts you to work. But he was a little bit more expensive than I wanted to pay at the time. Like, I was in a transition and trying to get my finances in order. And I am really horrible with consistency. I'm not going to lie. I can go to the gym every day, which everybody knows that I do go to the gym every day. But the timing of that, I'm more of a free spirit. I like to, if I want to get up and go at 6:30, I want to get up and go at 6:30. If I want to wait and go at 8 o'clock at night, I want to wait and go at 8 o'clock at night. And I think that is what kind of caused me to separate from him outside of the finances, was that and I was also like deep in my grief at that time too, but I didn't feel like getting up every morning and driving 20 minutes to go to the gym and being there at 8 and having him work me out until 10 o'clock. Like,
10 o'clock.
Yeah, we do 1 hour to 1.5 to 2 hour sessions with him, depending on how many days you work out a week. So most of the girls, they do like an hour and a half because they do 5 days. I was only doing 3 days because of my work schedule. So I was doing like 2-hour workouts, which it was giving me the results. Trust me, it was working. But I just could not do the consistency.
I'm not ever working out for 2 hours.
So in this season, I'm trying to work. Yeah. So in this season, I'm trying to work on scheduling. So like, I'm really good with like repetition and doing things on a regular basis. I just like to do them at my time. And so now I think I'm trying to transition into more of a schedule based thing. Like today, I was working from home and I did this thing where I'm going to set a timer on my phone for 2 hours and I'm going to sit here and do work for 2 hours and not get up. Did I do it? Absolutely not. Did I try? I did. So I'm going to try it again. But I say that to say that I feel like if I go, because I also don't like to play with my money, if I do start paying to go back to the dungeon, which is my trainer's gym. If I do start paying to go back to the dungeon, it's going to help with that because I'm going to for sure have to get up and be there at the same time every day. So it's going to give me a better consistency with my schedule after the day because I'm going to for sure know how my day is going to start. So I think I'm going to go back. Like, I'm looking forward to it. And I really miss a lot of the girls I work out with. And so even though I haven't been in a while, like my nail tech goes to the gym with me. My hairstylist goes to the gym with me. I'm friends with all the girls from the gym, so we still talk. So I feel like I haven't missed anything, but I feel like I do need to start incorporating going back to him. because I just need some balance. Like literally, I need balance in my life because I do what I want to do, and I need to start getting a little bit better about that. Because as things progress for us with the podcast and just in other areas of our life, I feel like we're going to need more of a consistent schedule. And so if I start to incorporate that now in my personal life, with things that are small, like the gym and things of that nature, I think it'll work out really well. Because as we all know, I don't even have consistency in my work schedule. I just go into the office when I want to go, whatever time I want to get there. I leave when I feel like leaving. I literally have nothing that is holding me accountable as far as time in my life right now. And it shows. And I want to correct that because when my son was here with us on Earthside, I had a schedule because I had to do everything around his time. Now I'm just living. It's just me and I'm just living waywardly. And so I want to get back to a schedule because I feel more productive when things are scheduled. I feel more efficient as well. So I think I want to get back to that.
Yeah, I definitely can attest to just wanting to be back on a schedule. And I'm feeling that as well. One of the things, and this might sound like a very simple thing to do, but when I was in college, I would not make my bed consistently. I don't know why. Like I would just jump up
in my life. I still don't. To this day.
You don't?
No, ever no. I can attest to that. Like literally, I do not make up my bed.
Yeah, I would like just jump up and just start my day. And it began to bother me because when I would come home, I just didn't like the way that my room looked. I didn't like with the unmade bed. And so maybe you should do something about it, Diamond. That's what I said to myself. But in talking with my therapist and going through, just the growth that I've experienced since I've been with my therapist, she was like, well, I would talk to her about being consistent. And I lack consistency too. And part of the reason is because I think it's because I'm somebody that knows how to do a lot of shit. Like I can pick something up, even if it's something that's new, like I can pick it up and be good at it or like be decent, if I really want to do it. But all that to say, she said, if you just start with making your bed every day, she's like, that could be your one consistent project. And now it's to the point where I cannot leave my house until I make my bed. I don't care if I'm running late or like whatever. Like when I get up out of bed, I do my morning things I like to do in the morning, and I get up and I make my bed. Because when I get home, like I'm thinking about it right now, I'm so excited to see how nicely made my bed is.
So it's funny that you say that, and I'm laughing because I was thinking about this week. I was going into somewhere and I said, on the pod, I'm going to have to discuss that I hate when people be like, well, mine don't this. Like, for example, the reason why I came up is because, like, I hate when people be like, when I say, you got a dog? I'm scared of dogs. Well, mine don't bite. Bitch, that's not what I asked you. Do you have a dog? I'm scared of dogs. Or I hate when I tell people that I don't eat black eyed peas. Well, you should try mine. They're good. No, it's not going to make a difference. So I say all of that to say, I've tried that whole make your bed shit. It still don't work for me. Danielle Hughes from Detroit, she has a book called like, Don't Forget to Make Your Bed or something. And it's supposed to be like teaching you how making your bed is supposed to do all these miraculous things in your life. I done read the book twice. I still don't make up the damn bed. It's just not in me. And you know what? And that's because
I'm not here to push you.
But you know what? And that's because a big point of that is something that you said, and what people have to realize when they're trying to tell people like do this and do that. A nice, clean, made up bed doesn't motivate me. I don't give a damn if the bed messy or clean because I don't spend time in my bedroom. I don't even have a TV in my bedroom for that reason. I come in my house and I park it on my couch. I do everything from watching TV on my iPad, all that stuff. I do it on my couch, in my living room, or at my dining room table. I literally only go in my bedroom to take a shower because I use the bathroom that's in my bedroom, or to go to bed, or to get dressed. If I'm not getting dressed or sleeping, I'm not in that room. So I don't see the damn bed messed up until it's time to go back to sleep anyway. And at that point, I'm about to get right back in it. So I never care.
It's so crazy because for me, it's like, it's the opposite. Like, yes, I'm like frequently outside of my bedroom and like, I'm always working or doing something. So it's that. But then for me, it's just, I don't know. It's really it's become a mental thing, and even before, like when as I just said, when I didn't make it, it still bothered me. So now I cannot leave the house unless I make my bed, and I respect that though. Like everybody is so different,
and but see, like we talked about before,
why this works.
We talked about that before on the pod, because once again, like I told y'all on a few episodes ago, my first thing that I get up in the morning, I cannot leave my house for the day unless I have to not have any dishes in my sink, whether that is from the night before or from that morning. I do not, if I'm going to work, if I'm going somewhere long term, I cannot leave dishes in my sink. Right now, I'm preparing to leave to go on a trip tomorrow morning. I am cleaning my entire house from top to bottom. I don't want to come home to a dirty house. I'm going to wash every piece of clothes in my laundry hamper. I done dusted the tables, vacuum, all of this stuff. I do the works before I leave because I don't want to come back to that. Because it's just I think a cleanliness thing, like dust, all that stuff setting up. But I literally can lead it. I will get out that bed in the morning before the airport and it'll be a mess. And I come back, it'll be a mess. And I get right back in it so comfy. Like it wouldn't even make no difference to me. Like I feel like a bed is not comfortable unless the sheets are in disarray. I feel like a bed is not, like it has to scream comfort to me. And like when you got everything tucked, like for example, when I walk into a hotel room, the bed don't scream comfort. It just screams aesthetically pleasing, but it looks, until I get in it and realize that, oh, it's actually comfortable, it doesn't look comfortable. It doesn't look lived in. It just looks like it's, just like it's there.
I'm gonna tell you, when I look at my bed, I think about how much I paid for it, and I be like, this motherfucker better be comfortable. I got a purple mattress, y'all, and if you ain't got a purple mattress or a Casper, I don't know what you're doing. But seriously, I don't know. It's a thing. But it's so interesting how we are very alike. Like we're very similar, but also very different. And I feel like our differences be like so extreme. Funny, yes. They are funny, but they're also like so extreme. Like you like, yeah, I never make it.
Anybody that's ever lived with me, anybody's ever lived with me, anybody's ever vacation with me, no, I will get up and leave that bed just like it is. And I come back and I don't care. That's something that I think my mom even stopped fighting me on growing up, because she realized that I just was not about to make up no bed. I'm sorry. My room could be pristine clean. Like when I'm talking about floor vacuum, all the clothes put up, everything nice and neat. But that bed gonna look like I just got out of it every single time.
Yeah, which is also really interesting, because I would assume that you are a person that makes your bed just based off of like the aesthetic of your home and how clean you are, like, and how well put together you are. You just seem like a person that make their bed.
Nope.
And your house seems like a person like, oh yeah, I know that bed made. I would be pleasantly shocked to be like, damn, she really
I don't care about making no bed, but I'm so anal about like my bath mats being wet. Like I don't play no water on my floor. Like I'm really type A about so much stuff in the house that it surprises me too. Like it surprises me all the time that I be like, girl, why don't you care about making up your bed? Which is weird, because I am very anal about changing my sheets. Like once a week, every other week, I'm changing them bad boys. Okay. Like full bust down, disinfecting the sheets, changing them, all that good stuff all the time. But once they get on that bed, they just gonna be on there however they on there until it's time to take them off.
I know you go through hell trying to fold a fitted sheet, I bet.
No, actually, I know how to fold them. And I actually have this perfect type A little system. I put all my sheets, like if you have a set of sheets, all the pillowcases I fold up, the flat sheet I fold up, the fitted sheet I fold up, and I put all of those sheets inside of one of the pillowcases. So it keeps the whole sets of sheets together.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Really, everything is so anal. I fold my towels a certain way. Like, when me and Michael used to live together, he used to try to help me do laundry, and he'll tell you he used to try to fold towels, and I would go back and take them all out of the laundry room, the laundry closet, and refold them because I want them folded a certain way. Like, it really surprises me that I don't make no bed because I am anal about everything. Like, don't wash no dishes in my house and leave the sink, like the rag all balled up in the sink. Like, rinse it out. Make sure you hang it across the sink because I don't want it to smell like mildew later. Like, very anal about a whole lot of stuff. But making a bed, I don't give a damn about it.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. Well, I'm going to tell you something I do give a damn about. And we about to just jump into sound check, because you sent me that video and I didn't even watch it.
About the Jamaican Michael Jackson.
And I was like, we gonna talk about this because I just think that people need to know. I don't know. I know what it is. I'm not even about to say I don't know what it is. Impersonators, like people that impersonate celebrities, especially like celebrities like Michael Jackson, celebrities that have gone on to the great beyond. I don't like that at all. Like it's just something very strange about it to me. It's kind of like, I feel the same way like about miming. Like it's something strange about it to me. It's really the people that you see who make a living out of this. Like, they don't never come out of character.
No, like seriously.
Like they really, like how that man was walking around. Like,
don't worry about it. I'm gonna record a whole lot of them when I go to Vegas.
No,
I'm going to record it, and I'm gonna put it on the podcast platforms because I'm gonna see like 17 Elvises. Bro, I'm gonna see a whole bunch.
It's one thing to be an entertainer. Excuse me. It's one thing to be an entertainer. And that's, what you do for your job. And when you come home, you're a regular person. But I've seen videos of people like just at the grocery store. Everyday people, and you dress like
Michael real Jackson, live method actors. Like they really think they're these people.
Why are you doing that? Yeah. Like, and so now I'm questioning, like, is this something going on? Is there something mental going on? But it's almost like you don't want to have your own identity. Like you really want to be this person, and that person is not even real. If you think about it, like you walking around dressed like Michael Jackson and Smooth Criminal, and you're a Jamaican. You're like, I don't know. Like it's so confusing to me. So I just had to share that because I just feel like I should know. Well, and I think I don't feel like I'm alone. I feel like there are people who feel the same way when they see impersonators, and they just be like, why are you doing that?
No, I hate it too. But this is going to be messy. But y'all know at this point, I don't stray away from the mess because I stand 10 toes down on what I'm going to say. But so, I didn't really have anything for sound check per se. But because we're talking about cultural things, I feel like, music, movies, entertainment kind of all goes under sound check. So, when you talk about you tired of people impersonating people, you know what I'm tired of?
What?
I'm tired of Tyler Perry impersonating a real fucking producer. I'm tired of Tyler Perry impersonating a real writer. Why, you ask? I watched See the People this weekend, and I was thoroughly frustrated the entire time. I wanted to watch the show for one. I didn't want to watch it because it was Tyler Perry, but I did want to support Keisha Lance Bottoms because she is one of the EPs for the show. If you're not aware of Keisha Lance Bottoms, she is the former mayor of Atlanta.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
So that's why I wanted to watch it, because her hand is in it. So I did want to give her some credit there. And I also wanted to support Mojo Brooks. He is one of the Instagram comedians that I like a little bit. And when I tell you he made the show hands down. Terry J. Vaughn, it was a lot of overacting, underwhelming scenes. But I also have to, once again, understand that she's acting within the confines of Tyler Perry's writing and producing. And when, he don't really have the best track record. So let's just put it there. So some of the scenes felt forced. It was kind of reminiscent of watching Sisters, and I really hated Sisters. So I literally forced myself to watch it. It got better around it's 8 episodes, I think. And it got better maybe around episode 6. But the first 4 to 5 episodes were really insufferable. I had to push through them. I will say I also wanted to watch it because Jo Marie Payton, who is the mom from Family Matters, she plays Terry J. Vaughn's mother on the show. Well, I was really excited to see that because I often like when we see the old matriarchs, from our culture show back up on TV, be it Vanessa Bell Calloway, what's her name? I can't.
I love Vanessa.
When she showed up on the Vince Staples show. When you're talking about your Jennifer Lewis's and people like that, even Loretta Devine, she's popped up in some newer stuff. Gems. Yes, and I love that. So to see Jo Marie Payton get some work, I was so I was so happy. I was so excited. I was so anxious to see what she was gonna do. And those scenes that Tyler Perry wrote for her were so lackluster and so forced. Like they had, like I know that these people aren't saints and they're playing the roles, but I like for you to kind of keep up the same kind of personification of the character that we're used to. He had Jo Marie Payton like smoking weed and like excessively cussing and trying to fight. Like he literally wrote her like a Medea character. He wrote her like somebody we would expect a Jennifer Lewis to be. You know what I'm saying? A sassy, spunky type of woman. I never got those vibes from Jo Marie Payton. Don't get me wrong. She used to get on Eddie Winslow and them. She used to get him a little bit here and there. But the way he wrote those scenes for her on this show, it was just really cringy. And for Mojo Brooks to be an untrained, he doesn't have as much history behind screen or on film, behind the lens as Jo Marie Payton and Terry Von do. He did so much better to me. There was another character that they had on there that was supposed to be her, like, I guess cousin or chief of staff or something. I don't even know the girl name. The acting was
J Nova.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Her acting was absolutely horrible. It was too forced.
She's a phenomenal singer.
She was giving me Pretty V vibes, and I don't like Pretty V. Pretty V overdoes it for me a lot. I don't like the forced comedy. Like, I like it to just be natural, like make me laugh. And I think what really carried it is that Mojo Brooks's character, it didn't seem like it was scripted. It seemed like he was strictly improv. Like, it was hilarious. Like, his scenes made it funny because he just was coming off the dome like with this stuff. So I could tell that either he wrote his own lines or Tyler allowed him to improv, because his scenes didn't feel forced, but the rest of them did. So it was just really weird. So, I mean, I would, once again, if you guys haven't watched it, watch it, but just don't have high expectations. I'm always for watching stuff to support those in our community, i.e., once again, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Jo Marie Payton, Terry J. Vaughn. I also didn't know that one of the guys, I think his name is Karan Riley, he was on the show, and he plays one of the sons on the Black Hamptons. I didn't know that he was actually married to Terry J. Vaughn in real life. So shouts out to them. He actually did really well too. His character was good. So I give the show, like, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, I would give it like a 3.5. Like, I wouldn't give it a 4 or a 5, but I wouldn't give it a 1 or a 2 either. It's something that you can watch. It's just, don't go into it with high expectations.
I didn't see good reviews on it. I saw some people talking about it online today, and I don't remember anybody saying anything good, but I am going to watch it for myself because I did see the previews and I was interested, especially with seeing Mojo Brooks in it and just the whole cast of people that were like J Nova a part of this project. I definitely want to watch it and just see what I get from it. So I will do that. I want to add one more thing on a good note to sound check. There's this song that's had me in a chokehold, and I don't know if you will like it, Tash, and maybe it's more of a low frequency for you, but I don't know. It's a bop, and it's by Leon Thomas. Leon Thomas is so talented. Just his vocals, his writing, producing, like, he's just major like talent right now, and he's been getting a lot of traction with the song Mutt, which I love that too. That whole project is honestly really a top to bottom listen. You can listen to it all the way through, but this particular song, Yes It Is, I feel like I'm wondering why the girlies are not on Yes It Is the way that we have been on Mutt, because that song has had me in the chokehold for the past few days. I mean, I've been listening to it back to back, and you might like it because it's a sultry kind of track, and he's kind of flowing on it. It has a sexy element to it, but I just wanted to end sound check on a good note, on a lighter note. Go listen to Yes It Is if you haven't heard it, and let me know what you think. Hit us on Instagram in our comments, or send us a DM. Send me a DM on my personal page, or text me, because my friends, they be listening and they be texting me.
I was gonna say, and let us know too how you feel about She the People if you watched it. I'm actually gonna create a post on our social media platform, and I'm on probably Instagram more than likely, because you can do polls. And I'm going to put something out there. And I just want y'all to kind of jump in the comments and let me know what you all feel. And do you feel I gave it an accurate assessment? And I'm going to ask that too quite often going forward. Because a lot of people be like, Tash, I be listening to you on a podcast and you don't like nothing. I really like that song. You don't like it. You didn't do this. And I'm like, no, I got high. Listen, like I told you, I got high expectations. Okay. I just don't be liking anything.
But but I can say that I appreciate you sharing the things that you don't like, because it typically does go up against the grain of like what people normally do like, or many people may like. And I think that it's important for people to be honest for one, but also to be comfortable with showcasing a difference of opinion.
Yes.
You know, just because everybody else likes something doesn't mean you have to like it, or pretend to even like it on any platform that you're a part of. And I think that honesty is the best policy. That doesn't mean that you gotta be, you know, there's a way to deliver your feelings about something. I feel like there's a tasteful way to just say like, oh yeah, that's not really my thing or whatever. But even that, you know, I can't really tell people how to deliver their opinions. It's up to your discretion. But I think it's important for people to be honest and see that, yeah, people do have a difference of opinion, and that's okay. We can have a difference of opinion and all get along. You mentioned something last week, though, and I wrote it down last week because I wanted to bring it up. And you said that you wanted to know why Black people love barbecue so much. Yes. So I said, that might be good for the delicious dive today. And I actually just like Google searched it because I wanted to see what would come up. And like, there are so many articles and journals on Black people and the history of barbecue food. Just a general overview that I'm looking at right now. It says that barbecue holds a profound place in African American culture, with its origins rooted in the enslaved communities of the South, who adapted and perfected techniques passed down from both Native American and African traditions. That sounds about right. It says that history evolved beyond the plantation, shaping barbecue into a cornerstone of Black culinary identity and a powerful symbol of resilience and cultural expression. So there are like a ton of notes where people have given credit to Native Americans who had their own techniques of smoking meat over open fire, enslaved Africans, and their introduction to distinct African flavors being correlated with these cooking techniques. It says that enslaved Africans became the primary cooks and pit masters on southern plantations, and they developed and refined barbecue techniques under often harsh conditions. So I guess that's why we love barbecue so much. It's actually deeply ingrained in our very existence, this way of cooking, as with everything based in the culinary world as it pertains to Black culture, Black food, the way that we cook. The overview actually mentioned, or there was another journal that I read that mentioned the correlation of the Caribbean islands and how their cooking techniques also are in alignment with smoking meat and barbecuing the same way that Native Americans did as well. So I found it very interesting, this rabbit hole that I've kind of jumped into. And I know I gave y'all kind of a broad overview of things, but essentially, does that answer your question, Tash? A little bit? I know your interest was more aligned with why we got to put so much of everything on everything. But really, that's the history of barbecue is deeply ingrained in our culture. And I guess
that's I ain't why, Black, because it ain't in my culture.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Which is crazy because, like I said, it's not my family, and they like it. Like, I sent my sister a meme the other day when it was like, when I hear somebody want to put something on the grill, and it was like somebody zoom past and then zoom back past, and she was like, this is definitely me. Like, my sister can eat Mexican food and barbecue every single day, and I'd be like, girl, really this is sickening. Like, why? Like, oh, like, at one point in time, I used to ask my mom, and I'm like, why do we eat Mexican food so much? Like, I'm just... I don't know. Like,
maybe it's a part of our blood memory.
And then I'm also a picky eater. Like, I tell people all the time, don't worry about what I'm going to eat. I'm going to figure it out. Because I got so many things that I will eat and will not eat. And it's just a lot. And barbecue is just highly at the top of the list.
I do believe that like some stuff is like, it could be ingrained in our DNA to where the smell of barbecue being, you know, cooking and seasonings, things like that, could really spark something in our taste buds where it's like, oh, I also think too, like, from my perspective, just like thinking right now in this moment, barbecue or barbecuing is also aligned with fellowship oftentimes. Like somebody's coming over, you know, you're sitting out with your family, with your friends, is usually associated with a gathering, a cultural gathering of some sort for Black people. And so I wonder if that's why too, you know. But even if I'm by myself,
but you know what? Even, and I was going to say, and maybe that could be a lot of the reason why I don't like it too, because to that point, growing up a lot, my mom and them used to have like, they used to have like barbecues and stuff all the time and like spades parties and stuff. And I knew that meant if my mom and them put something on the grill, people were coming over, and that just aggravated me. Like, the way I am about my personal space, I was like that as a kid. Like, I was my mom's only child in my mom's house until I was 11 years old. I felt the same. I don't do all of that. Like, I don't host family functions. I rarely go to them. And that's on either side of the family. Like, I hand pick when I want to go to stuff. I just don't like gatherings of a whole lot of people. I just never have. And I think that may have something to do with it, now that you bring that up, because I just knew that when my mom and them put stuff on the grill, the house was about to be loud. And I just did not want to deal with that. Like, I knew that I was about to be in my room with the door closed for hours because I did not want to come downstairs. And I'm tired of people asking me, high school, you getting big now? We ain't seeing. I just got tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just stay upstairs in my room. So it just started being easier for me to just say, I don't want to do that. Like, even when I got older, when I was going to law school, when my classmates used to get together and be like, oh, we're going to have a cookout, you know, before we study, we're going to do this. I'd be like, well, y'all call me when y'all ready to study. I'm just going to stay at the house and eat. And then I'll come by. I used to
feel like that too, which
when
is interesting.
I just don't be wanting to deal with all that. I don't know. I'm working on it.
My mom will tell you too, like, they will be having a party and I'll be in my room and they'll be like, where's Diamond? Everybody be asking like, where's Diamond at? And I'll probably be in my room knocked out or just in my room with the door locked. Like, I'm not feeling that today. And I struggle with that to this day because I'm not the person that's going to be hosting the family dinners all the time. Like, I don't mind hosting here and there, but I like to curate my environments and who I'm around. And you can't always do that when you have everybody and their mama getting invited, you know, over, and if it's not your house, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's even hard to do that.
Even a small event, like to right now in this very moment, and I know they gonna hear this and they gonna flip a lid, but whatever. My cousins have been trying to get me to have a cousin's day, like a girl's day, at my house since March. Every time we get close to the weekend that it's supposed to come, either one of them go out of town or I'm going out of town or something pops up. And they're always like, come on, let's just do it. And they usually want to do it on the spur of the moment. Like today, if I wasn't going out of town this weekend, they would call me today and be like, we're going to get together at your house on Saturday night. And I'll be like, even though I know who's all coming and I know it's a small group, I just don't be wanting people at my house because I like I said earlier, I like to move when I move. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. I like to do it how I like to do it. So, for example, my fear is if they come over here and we all start eating and we all start watching a movie and they like, oh, we watching a movie and somebody called me and be like, girl, why don't you meet me here? I'm going to be one to tell them to pack their stuff because I got to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like to move like that. Like, for example, one of my friends got mad the other day because I texted her in the morning and was like, I want to go eat this today. And she was like, okay, well, I get off at this time, blah, blah, blah. Let's do it then. By the time she got off, she was like, where you at? I was like, I already went. And she was like, it was just 2 hours ago. And I was like, I didn't want to wait. When I say I'm ready to do something, I'm ready to do it right then. Like when I be ready to go, I don't be wanting to wait and I don't be wanting to put it off or like wait on other people. So that's always my fear of hosting something. It's like I'm hosting something and at some point I'm gonna be like, all right, I want to lay down. Or what if I just want to randomly hop in the shower right quick? You know what I'm saying? I got a house full of people and I just want to take a shower. Like I just want people to go.
Putting shit up. Like I start putting shit up and turning shit off.
I do that and people still don't do nothing.
And my cousins
be like, "You want me to help you clean up?"
I be looking at them like, "So what y'all about to do?"
My cousins be like, "You want me to help you clean up?" I be like, "No, I want you to pack your shit and go home."
The kitchen is closed. But another thing, like my family will tell you this: I will go to sleep on anybody in a New York minute. If they are having a party, I could be in the midst of the gathering, of the social gathering in our house, to sleep, and I will disappear on them and go to sleep, and everybody will be looking for me, saying, "Oh wait, where Diamond? I thought she was down here. Where did Diamond go?"
I've gone to sleep in a club. I've gone to sleep in a club.
Yeah, I don't
like in a VIP section. I fell asleep and the girl tapped me because she wanted to move past me, and I was like, "Bitch, don't you see I'm asleep?" Like upset, like full. I fell asleep in a bar, in a club. It don't matter, okay?
I don't think I've ever fallen asleep in a club.
I have several times.
It's too much going on. Like I can't get comfortable.
Nope. I was in the VIP section with nobody around me.
But there's a good chance that you have probably come to my house and maybe I was even hosting and I have fallen asleep. They will tell you. I do not care. I do want to add these two little tidbits that I found. Well, big tidbits, if you will. Big tidbits. That sounds like weird. Something. Yeah. I don't know. But I did see these 2 points that I wanted to share before we wrap up this segment. It says that barbecue became a way for enslaved people to maintain a sense of self-resilience and cultural identity using their cooking skills to create a space of communal gathering and celebration, which is essentially what I just said, about it being more of a community-based kind of something that's in the center of gathering, us gathering. And then the other part says that Black barbecue professionals help shape the cuisine, becoming a significant part of the South social fabric. So yes, I guess I was, right about that. And it's cool that is a part of the social landscape for Black people, but it's just so interesting that you don't like it. It's very interesting.
And which is crazy because to that point, I will eat barbecue like if I will have a taste for it sometimes. Like I'd be like, "Oh, I got a taste for this." I will eat barbecue, but I don't want to go to a barbecue. I don't want no outside barbecue. Like, go get me a plate from somewhere and bring it to the house type situation. Like, I don't want to be in nobody's backyard while y'all got, match light going on the grill.
Match light?
I don't want to smell like charcoal. I don't want to smell like match light at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kingsford, match light, none of that. I don't want to smell like none of that.
I do want some food cooked underground. Like I want some meat. You know how they put it, like they smoke it, like under, like you have to dig a hole and smoke it. Who was telling me that? One of my friends was telling me that.
My mom and them did that at my high school graduation party, but I ain't had no parts of it. Like, cause my stepdad's from he's from Georgia, so they roasted like a pig, which is weird because we don't eat pork, but they did roast a pig at my.
He was telling me that his family does that. And they put the meat underground smoking. Excuse me, which honestly, that sounds like something that I would be into. But if it's pork, I'm not eating it, obviously. Yeah. But it probably is the way he described it. I do want to let y'all know, and I said this last episode, I'm just going to run it right back. We are preparing to drop some trivia on y'all. So please stay tuned to our Instagram page. There's probably something up right now. We have a couple things to give away. There are some stipulations to the trivia and the giveaways that you will see on our page. But the questions come from our episodes. So if you have been listening, if you've been tuned in to the Soulful Stir, you will have the answers and you could win a prize. And then you get a prize. And then you get a prize. Did you? I don't know why I just went into that. But Tash, you have anything for the people for the Sanctuary Scoop?
No, not really.
No.
Because we got so much stuff that we trying to plan, but like, we're still in the pre-standing play phases. We like not really there, but we there. So I don't really want to misspeak and be like, yeah, get ready for this, y'all.
We're learning and growing, and you'll get the updates.
It don't come
as soon as we have them. Again, I do want to just say yet again, I am taking clients for doula work. So if you are interested or you know someone that is interested, contact me. You can reach out to me via my personal Instagram or at Art of Doula on Instagram, and I will get back with you. And I'm going to also say this. Don't let cost be a burden for you. Okay? This is a community effort, and I'm really serious about the work that I do. If you feel like, I really want a doula, but I don't feel like I can afford, you never know. You just never know. Because I've had that come up quite a bit, and that's why I'm saying it right now on the pod.
Well, once again, the difference between us is I want to let you guys know that if you are in the market for a home in the Michigan, the metro area, I am a licensed realtor, for those of you that didn't know. But don't call me if you ain't got no money, because I'm not selling the house. I'm not making the decision. Yeah, don't call me if you ain't got the money. Like, when I say don't call me if you ain't got the money, like, call me if you interested and you ready to move forward with the pre-approval. Don't call me and you like, I'm going to buy a house in September. Call me when you ready to buy and you got the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to have a little bit of money in your savings account. I need you to have your credit score up to par. Then you call me so we can get you pre-approved and we can get you in a property. Because if you don't have your stuff together, we can't, we just can't get you in as soon as possible. And I want to work and make this a great experience for you. So if you have your stuff together, I have my stuff together. And together we can find you your dream home. But you can't do that if you broke.
And then you get a prize. And then you get a prize.
Yes, so you can get you a home, honey. And so you can be moving around your house like down the Ross like I do when I'm at home by my house myself, baby, because it's my house and I live here.
And you can host a barbecue and you can go to sleep on your guests if you want to, because
and you can leave your bed unmade. You can do whatever you want to, okay? You can eat nasty black eyed peas in your house. I don't care what you do. If you let me buy you the house, let me sell you the house. Let me help you buy the house, okay? Once we do that, you can do whatever you want to, all right? And I even might throw in, a little bit of oil slick, a little bit of body slick and an African net body sponge so you have nice, soft, supple skin in your new house.
And then
you know what I'm saying?
Get a prize.
Yes, because you don't need to be walking around with that crocodile skin.
Oh, no, not the crocodile skin.
Every time I think about that. So when I record, so y'all, just because I'm silly. So when I recorded that reel that I posted with the self-care products, the first thing I thought about was, do you remember, the comedian Benji Brown? Remember he used to do Kiki?
Yes.
And she used to be like, and I was going to say, are you dry skinned the house?
Oh, my God. I'm both handed.
She's like, and you put that Waffle House yellow. Like, Benji Brown used to be so hilarious. Like,
Where
that
is
he
Benji
was
Brown?
I don't know, but he was doing that before these
funny.
Instagram comedians, because remember his stuff used to be on YouTube, like back in the day. Like, yes, that used to be hilarious. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to Benji Brown.
But no, so for real, we thank you for continuing to be in community with us, and we would love to help you in those next steps of your life, be it bringing a child into this world and starting a family, or extending your family and increasing your family size, or if it is buying the house of your dreams, either for yourself and or for your family. Please make sure you contact me and Diamond, especially if you are here in the Metro Detroit area, because I know we got people that listen from all over the country. So unfortunately our services are limited to those that are in the Metro Detroit area. But yes, so if you are not here and you would still love to utilize us, refer us to people that you know who might need our services in this area as well.
So you can get a prize. This has been another episode of the Soulful Stir.
Happy Sunday and have a great week, y'all. It is your girl Tash signing out.
And it's Diamond Symoné. Chat soon.
Bye.